What's up everybody, welcome to yet another video. Now in this video we are discussing from IMDb ratings from season 4 episode 1 until episode 8. Now it's all these rankings right here and the ratings that for for different episodes. Now I'll say episode 5 was the best, and the fans are really liking it because it had all these different answers from both Jade and Tabitha's perspectives, and yeah, that was my favorite episode personally. Now this past episode, episode 8, wasn't the best, and everyone is just sharing their opinions on what they didn't like. Some fans still sticking to the idea that it's still a good episode, but personally it's not my favorite, and I'll say a 6.8 is very much justifiable, to be honest. But anyway, you guys, let's view all the different comments that these people are saying. And well, episode 1 was about, yeah, with the man in yellow and all that, and how he arrives in town disguised as Sophia. I'll say it was a good episode. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about these ratings. Let's review all the comments that different people have commented. Someone said they waste so much time in episodes, it's crazy, especially when you consider the times Boy in White actually decided to show up. All he says is that they're out of time. This idea that the cycle is wrapping up and things are changing is constantly fed to viewers and the characters, yet the characters and the story shows no urgency at all. Aha. Well, it's all people saying that the Boy in White just shows up, gives us some riddles, and just disappears into thin air, basically. But what does this freaking Boy in White do the rest of the time? Like, does he just look at things and enjoy it? Like, come on, you have to give us more. Come on. Let's advance the story, you guys. So someone else replies under that, no urgency at all. Didn't you know that it's literally been only 2 to 3 days since the Boy in White told them that? In that time, Jade gone to the mushroom trip and found an insane plan to try to get out of the town. Someone says, what really annoys me is that every episode waits until the last 10 or so minutes to show actually ish happening. Aside from episode 5, which is why it's really great. The pacing of episodes themselves are bad. Yeah, it's people all spiraling and all over the place. Someone says, I was lucky enough to get to binge watch the first few seasons and the first 4 episodes of this season. Now that I have to wait for episodes to release, I've noticed that 95% of the episodes are kinda useless until the last 5 minutes, not even exaggerating. I actually talked to my girlfriend about this, then I opened Reddit to see this. I'm not sure if it's just this season or it's always been like this, and I just haven't noticed since I didn't need to wait for episodes. Well, I think it's like a repeating pattern, because in season 3 you definitely notice something a bit weird happening, because at the end of each episode you get this sprinkle of some mystery and something to just hook you until the next upcoming episode. And it's a clear pattern, to be honest, and I think it's something that the writers found, like a formula that works for them, and they're sticking to it. So someone says, I thought season 1 was the best of the 4, but it's interesting to see that on IMDb only the pilot and one other episode even cracked 8, but there were also no episodes below 7.2. Yeah, interesting. Someone says, yeah, pretty much sums up right. Pretty disappointing season in terms of depth of writing, but also gave some much needed answers. Hope the last 2 episodes don't disappoint. I cannot even fathom if the last 2 episodes are just something like that, still goes downhill, because I know the fans will be much more pissed if the last 2 episodes don't deliver. Like, we need freaking answers. But my theory is we'll have some cliffhangers this season, to be honest, because we have this final season 5, to finally conclude the story, and hopefully they will give us answers instead of just stringing us along for the ride. But yeah, I think the last remaining episodes in this season will be some kind of, I don't think they'll have much answers, to be honest. I think it will just be a big cliffhanger at the final episode, like how they did in season 3. The final episode, you had the man in yellow finally appearing to Jim and ripping his throat off. But yeah, it's a whole other thing. Let me know what you guys think. Someone says the show should have had 3 good seasons, but they need to milk the premise, so we'll get 5. Probably will be the worst season in the show, I reckon. Hopefully they can recover in season 5, because I don't think they've started filming it yet. Let me know what you guys think, because some of these comments are really much on the very much how I am thinking right now in my thoughts, because it's been a long time, you guys. It's been a freaking long time. 5 freaking seasons, and we just have some sprinkle of answers here and there. And well, based on the answers that we do get on all the mysteries that we have been shown by these writers, it's things that they have pulled out of thin air, because we know that it's that specific symbol that Jade sees all over I think in season 3, and how they go about explaining that symbol, that sign, is that the kids poured hope while they were being sacrificed into a freaking tree, and it grew roots, and it made a whole tree, and the roots made that freaking symbol. That's the explanation. It's something like that. It's basically something that you pull out of your ass if you're a writer. Like, come on, it just doesn't make sense. And to be honest, even if you have so much, I would say so much information, if you have some information, you can you even combine all these details from what all the rest of the people have experienced and form like a logical thing? I don't think so, because for instance, Boyd has seen Martin, has seen the spider webs, Tabitha has seen the lighthouse. I don't think she has mentioned it to anyone else, to be honest. Well. It's that whole thing about characters communicating with each other and sharing their experiences. Well, after episode 8, Julie still doesn't know about the man in yellow being in town, and yeah, she's just hanging around, I guess. But yeah, she's not story walking. Yeah, it's a whole other thing, or perhaps I don't know, guys. It's a bit frustrating, to be honest. So someone says, how the hell the last episode rating is so low? We got Boyd breaking down, Henry hallucinations, Jade insane plan, the man in yellow playing with menacing Tabitha, Fatima transforming into a monster. Well, that after all these things, it's mainly things that we've already seen, because Boyd breaks down in at least once per episode. Like, come on, you guys. Henry hallucinates in the previous episode. At least, Jade, he's still on his plan. But yeah, I think something new is these particular 2 things, like the man in yellow playing with slash menacing Tabitha, and Fatima transforming to a monster. Those are the new information, but based on the rest, it's something that's been repeating in the previous episodes. Someone commented, haha, people were really let down by the episode after the break. Yeah, after waiting for some time for a new episode, yeah, perhaps people had much greater expectations and they were being much disappointed. Someone comments, my main gripe is that I'd like to see Sophia's storyline wrap up. She's creepy and nobody seems to think so. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that she will take out a few of our residents and possibly a main character before she gets caught red-handed with a damn grin on her face. This is one of the few shows as we watch as soon as it comes out. Watching Boyd unravel is so stressful. Yeah, someone else commented, let's pad the episode with 40 minutes of BS and do a lore drop in the last 2 minutes type of season. So it's a whole pattern that all the fans are waking up to, and these writers have to switch up their plans, to be honest, because I really hope they do gear things up in season 5 and they up the scope. Someone says, why the low love for episode 8? It was fantastic character study for Boyd, Henry, Victor, Christy, Fatima, kind of Alice, and the man in yellow. It also shaped the season finale of the great Bottle Tree Bond heist. I love the hell out of this episode. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, it's all these audiences and fans sharing all their opinions. I've been having a hard time with this season. Sure, there was the moment with the dolls coming to life, but it's just endless individual conversations. It's basically a novella at this point. I find myself skipping ahead 10 seconds through most of the episodes until something happens. I feel like there's too many characters who all need to get paid, which is taking up most of the production budget. They are obviously building towards one or two big reveals but dragging it out. Honestly, for a show as confusing as this, the plot is razor thin. Episodes now have entered this could have been an email territory. I very much agree with this comment. Oh my god. Like, come on, a show as confusing. Like, this it's just very much frustrating, you guys. Very much frustrating, because what the hell do we need these freaking interactions between Alice and Fatima? Like in episode 8, we got an interaction which seriously I was skipping forward. Like, we don't need you guys telling each other every freaking 10 seconds about how much you care for each other and how much you're afraid and whatnot. We don't care. Like, can we move on from this storyline? Oh my god. My whole thing is, I wish we kind of had a character like Hanji Zoe, from Attack on Titan, someone who's very much curious and experimenting on all the different aspects. Perhaps, it's Hanji Zoe who gets all these different facts about the Titans, after experimenting with Eren. And yeah, I wish we had such a character in this series, but obviously it's written by low-level IQ writers. Sorry, not sorry, but yeah, I'm not the brightest of people, but I can tell the writers are just a bit lazy, I'll say. They don't want to explore these different aspects to the story. They're just there for the story and just dragging it out until the final season. Perhaps the upcoming season will get a much more improved story. Anyway, you guys, I don't want this episode to be very much long to bore you guys, but let's read the final comment. I think this season might fit in 3 to 4 episodes, so they created some filler episodes instead. Such a waste. How long they going to drag out on no one noticing something about her? I think Sarah figures it out. Proof that you can't make everyone happy, so you should do what feels right. I cannot say these writings. Peak definition of people want want action and answer every time. Any episode without those are bad for these fraud fans. Oh my god. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about this episode and what are your thoughts about this episode. Well, I have made this new channel to upload all these different TV reviews and movie reviews. Let me know if you guys enjoy, and that's it for this video. I'll do a video on the promo for the upcoming episode, and I'm so excited for that. Stay tuned. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.